Okay, we started Bechor on page 457. Bechor in a few pages. We're going to finish the whole volume 4. Bechor, in the morning, Chagai asked us, we learned that you're not allowed to put inside water or any liquid, some vegetable or anything inside water more than 24 hours.
Yes.
Because that's considered to be cooking by halakha.
Yes.
It's called kavush. Kavush means pickling. Kavush. Water, milk, spice, vinegar, any of these things. Not allowed to.
Pure water?
Huh?
Pure water?
Even pure water, even in the cold water, even in the chalatzilik inside the refrigerator.
If there's no salt, it's not going to cook in the water.
So by Jewish law, cooking doesn't mean hot only.
Even salt.
Cooking means exchanging of tastes. What happens when you're going to put lemon inside the water, cold water, sliced lemon, or not even sliced, more than 24 hours? You're going to taste the water. You know what the taste the water will have? Of the lemon. What happened? You didn't squeeze it. You didn't crush it. You didn't grind it. You can squeeze lemon, but you're not allowed to pickle lemon.
So if I'm making lemonade in a shot, I can't cut and put inside.
My question is, Hagai asked, Rabbi, sometimes I am slicing, his children, him, slicing the lemon, taking nana leaves, putting inside cold water with sugar, and serving. Sometimes they finish the whole pitcher. Sometimes they don't finish it. So if they don't finish it, what happens to the lemon inside the water?
It changes its form.
It stays more than 24 hours. So if it stays more than 24 hours, Bechor John, he ended up cooking Rosh Shabbat. Cooking with the Rabbanan, not from Torah. Why is it not from Torah, we said?
It's already after Shabbat.
But you started the process
On Shabbat.
on Shabbat. If let's say I have oshipocha, I need to cook it for 3 hours. And I put it raw meat, pocha, I put it inside the water, hot water on the pot, the fire or in the plata. I put it on. It started at 5 p.m. Shabbat comes out at 6 p.m. It's gonna finish cooking at 8 p.m. Did I break Shabbat or no?
No.
Why? You see? Bechor, you see? It's good that he checked. Figs. Dates, sorry.
What inside?
Finiki in Russian.
You see the bug.
Look, how many?
Let me take a picture.
Does he?
Shem Yerachem. It's good you opened it.
It's all bug?
Each bag, 5 isurim deoraita, 5 pigs, each bag.
Сказали, если там внутри уже может да.
That's if you grew up inside Bechor.
We don't know.
But nowadays they grow from outside going inside.
So here's what I know. If the meat is raw, then it's not asur because you're not gonna want to cook it for longer. But if it's to a point where it's almost gonna get cooked, then that's where it's not allowed.
Good. That's you're talking about leaving it on an open fire before Shabbat.
Yeah.
We're talking about another question. We're talking about, are you allowed to let that inside? Yeah? Are you allowed to let meat on the plata on Shabbat, Friday, Shabbat, 5 p.m., you're putting it on the plata, starting the cooking process. At 6 p.m., Shabbat is out, for example. It's going to finish cooking at 8 o'clock. Are you allowed to start the process on Shabbat or no?
No.
Bechor John? Vai telefon b'matet, ya'akta kam chilkunet. Yaakov? Телефон б'matet.
Он должен адрес отправить.
10 часов это все сделаешь?
Может, люди спать пойдут.
И что будет, если будут пойдут? И потом что будет?
So I think it's not allowed if it's gonna cook.
So you're not allowed to, right? You're putting it on the cooking, you're not allowed to. So your question, Rabbi, it is going to finish at 24 hours, it's going to come after Shabbat. So then it should be allowed. That's your point. So we're proving that even though it's still a problem, even though you started the process on Shabbat and it's going to finish after Shabbat, it's still a problem.
I leave the lemon inside the bag after Shabbat. Shabbat, I could just spill it out after Shabbat, after Havdalah.
Yeah, you could within 24 hours. Yeah, but people don't think about it. People think that it is. Welcome to. People think that it is. Okay, they don't even think about it.
Today is specific or
Was already.
certain information?
מנהג of עם ישראל to eat.
חוץ לארץ יש
המוציא?
בפסח.
המוציא?
מזונות.
אתה מה שאתה אומר?
סטרן קשה לפסח, סטרן קשה לפסח. קשה לפסח. Igor, come join us. Okay? If so, listen to this now. I came to a conclusion. A guy asked in the morning, I was thinking about it during the day, and came an answer. The answer would be that it is allowed to put that lemon inside. Why is it allowed? Because we have a concept called Pasik Reshe de Rabbanan that you don't care for. Let's analyze what we said. When a person put the lemon inside the water, did he intend to pickle the lemon? Or did he intend, did he intend to make the water have the taste of the lemon? What was his kavanah?
To cook the meat, no?
Well, pay attention again. Person took raw lemon,
Okay.
putting it inside cold water to make taste to the water.
Okay.
There is a chance that he will leave it inside
This
the
happened
water
to me in Shabbat,
more
on
than
Shabbat.
24 hours.
Okay.
Because half of it he'll drink, the other half he will leave and put it in the refrigerator for the next time. It could be more than 24 hours inside. So what about the problem of kavush kemevushal? Not allowed to pickle on Shabbat.
That's why it's called picking, it's called kavush.
Kavush, yeah. Not allowed to be pickling on Shabbat. So here you pickled, you put the lemon on Shabbat inside the water. בכל שמם חטא שינית, מה שמע הנמס, דידי סודם. אותה קסדיצי, סליטה, כי אני ויז'ו אז. הוא ברייט? Which one? Which one are you talking about? Pickles? That you buy already ready? No problem. Before Shabbat you buy it. Here we're talking about you making the pickles on Shabbat.
Сегодня мы учили, если ты берешь лимон и ставишь в воду, на 24 часа он становится кавуш, он становится этот маринованный лимон.
It only becomes
Шаббат это нельзя делать.
kavush after 24 hours. So on Shabbat, after 10, 12 hours, it's not kavush anymore.
You are correct. That's what we explained.
Если сделал выгодно,
Why wait until 24 hours?
Теперь вопрос с
I'll tell you
лимоном.
what people. I'll tell you what people.
Некоторые берут
Arguing with them.
лимон,
It's not
ставят
gonna
в чай,
win
делают
anything.
его лимон на чае,
It
холодный.
can't butter the concentration of the person.
По закону говорят нельзя, но мы
They're
говорим, мы
wrong
же не делаем из
doing. The
него
wrongdoing. Better to
маринарованный
ignore
лимон,
and
мы его делаем
concentrate
для
on the
питья.
sugar.
То,
Always
что
like
он будет
this.
там у нас...
Asking about the
Yeah, I'm just giving advice to everybody. When you say something wrong, let the rabbi deal with this. Because Yam Tov Bechor Medya. Bechor will understand, you understand? So, back to us. Why is it, in my opinion, it's okay? Because what was the reason we said you're not allowed to?
When you're doing кавуш.
When you want to pickle the lemon, when you want to pickle whatever you put inside the liquid. Here, does he want to pickle the lemon, or does he want the water to be giving the taste from the lemon to the water? What was his kavanah? Why did he put the lemon inside the water? For the water to pickle the lemon, or for the lemon to give taste to the water?
But why does the covenant matter? It's still going to
So
be the
this
same
concept
outcome.
called
It's the same
pasik
outcome.
reshe. We don't worry about the outcome on Shabbat. We worry about the method. How did you get to the outcome?
דבר שלא מתכוון. No?
Can you reheat soup on Shabbat?
Can I what?
Reheat soup on Shabbat.
We eat soup on Shabbat.
Take cold soup, put it on the plata. You're not
Yes.
allowed to.
No.
Mechalel Shabbat, whoever does that.
But
But if,
also,
but also is solid. But liquid soup, not allowed to reheat. But if you're gonna put it on top of a plata when the timer is off right now, and it's gonna turn on soon, and it's gonna make the soup hot, that's allowed. So Rabbi John, at the end, bottom line, I have a hot soup. How come it's allowed? What's the answer? I don't care about what you have at the end. I care about how did you get to the end.
but why does it matter if it's solid or not solid? Why does it matter?
So, Bezrat Hashem, slowly, you're going to learn our shiurim on the YouTube from now on, you will see why this matter, why that matter. There's a lot of concepts of Shabbat that Hashem wants us to know. That's why we have Masechet Shabbat this thick. You know how many pages Masechet Shabbat has? 157 pages. Kuf Nun Zayin Dapim. Dapim. That's how much information just Masechet Shabbat has.
Start with this book.
It's a thick book.
Yeah, start with that.
Yeah,
If you're putting lemon in tea, it's already making the water lemony during Shabbat.
true.
What's the problem after 24 hours?
So the problem is not that the lemon is going to give taste to the water. The problem could have been that the water is marinating the lemon. But usually when you put cucumbers inside liquid to marinate it, you want the liquid to marinate the cucumber. I hear the kavanah is the other way around.
That the pickle's gonna marinate the water.
Very good. You want the taste of the lemon to go into the water. So this concept in halakha called pasik reshe. My intention is to do A. Inevitable B happens. The lemon is also going to get marinated, right? We spoke about one of the importance for you to know those concepts. If a person lives in a building, second, third floor, water cannot reach the toilet system that you have over there unless you have an electrical pump in the basement. How do you get water to the third, fourth floor in the building? You need to have electrical pump in the basement because gravity will pull the water down and you need to bring it up. So how do you flush toilet on Shabbat? You turn on the electrical pump in the basement to send more water to the system.
Wow.
You mechalel Shabbat.
Your attention not for the pour it on. Your attention to drink the water.
Drink the water, Bechor?
No.
Bring the water. Okay.
Not a drink.
Okay. So it's pasik yeshe. Why is it allowed? It's for sure to happen.
Это уже не моя проблема.
You have to answer, Bechor, why? It's the Rabbanan, very good, because the motor doesn't get hot in your favor. But pasik yeshe the Rabbanan, it's in your favor, Yak Meir. It's nichale. You like the end result. You don't like the fact that you have water inside the pump? Inside the toilet system?
Grama.
Huh?
Grama.
Why is it grama?
It's not right away.
It's grama.
Could be grama. Well, what if I have a system that turns on right away? How did I turn on that system?
Anyway.
Let's say it's not timer. Right. Let's say. Right away. Let's say. Munki on it.
And the shinui, no? Yeah, turn it on.
So if you remember, how do you turn on that system? If I go to the light and I press the button, I did it actively. By the toilet system, I open a valve. When I press the button of the toilet, right? What do? I remove blockage. Remember the guy that shuts the door with the machine gun? I open the door. The guy behind me got shot. Did I kill him?
No.
Right. Because of me, the guy got shot. The bullet went through.
That's true.
Is a person going to be liable for murdering? You knew that the door gets shot with the 1.9 machine gun.
Oh, if you knew it, then
You
that's something
knew.
else. If
And you opened the door and
course.
boom, the bullet went to that guy behind you and he
If
died.
that's your intentions, then of course.
Is he liable for killing, for
Yes,
murdering or
yes,
no?
Yes.
Huh?
He is if he has the
So according to
intentions.
halakha, he's not. Also according to government, you're not.
But what
Why?
was
I didn't
Machshava?
put the bullet in his head. I opened the door. I let that happen.
You enabled it to happen, exactly. So that's that.
I let
that's
it
your
happen.
kavanah.
I let that happen. I didn't press the button and killed him. So this is called removal of a blockage. Removal of a blockage is only grama.
But you wanted him
So
dead.
now bechot pasik reshe that you said is on which level? Grama level.
So
Why? Because I removed the blockage. Not because there's a delay. Not because delay. Because I removed the blockage.
so he's not chayav.
It's also called la halachak le grama.
How about?
That's how we're asking.
What does grama mean?
Grama means two ways. Either delay, either something done immediately through removal of a blockage. Understand?
So he's not liable to death.
No. By Jewish law, no. Also by American law, also no.
Shechem muki budeh.
Okay, yeah. It's called grama.
Rabbi, how much time needs to be in between to do?
Second.
1 second. Isn't it? It's not almost like instant.
No. Second apart, it's okay. Kasher. Got it? Okay, so you see, Chaimov, we see that even though the result, you turn on the electricity, the pump went on. How come you're allowed to flush the toilet? Because we don't care about the end result.
Ali, just Ali.
We care about how did you get to the end result. Did you know that? The toilet system, how come it's allowed? Remember that or no? That's called Pasik Reshe in Grama. See Pasik Reshe in Grama? No problem. Understood, Chaimov? Very good. Now we are number 2.
I'm on like this little bit.
That's it. It's your first time. Slowly, you're gonna get there. It takes time. You know, whenever you went first time to a jewelry business, this law, that law, this rule, this time, ooh, so much information. You know? So everything has its way, its details. You gotta get used to it.
לא יש הכל.
בגמרא יש הרבה פרטים. יש
Yeah.
10 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay, back to us. So, now, Rabotai, we are on page 459. Before that, I didn't finish this thought because you had a question about your question of the lemon. So, his intention is to give the taste to the water, not the water to marinate the lemon. And even, Rabbi, but at the end of the day, 24 hours it stayed. So, you're marinating.
You're also not eating this lemon.
Hold on, let me say it. So the lemon is going to get marinated by the water. So as correctly Chagai already said, is I don't intend for the lemon and I don't care about it. I'm going to throw it to the garbage. It's not like the pickles that I put inside the liquid. I want the pickle to become, the cucumber to become pickled. Here, I don't care about the lemon to become pickled. So that's called lo nichale. Right? I have no interest in this. And what level of Avera it is? The right or the Rabbanan, pickling on Shabbat. The right or the Rabbanan? The Rabbanan. So here we have Pasik Reshe, the Rabbanan, that you don't care for the end result. What's the answer? No problem. Bechor, you see?
How's Rabbi Obed Yosef didn't think about this?
Why they didn't talk about this? Not didn't think about it, didn't talk about this. It was not a...
But he's saying אסור לעשות כבוש ביום שבת.
No, that's when you do intend to make kavush. You want to make pickles. You want to take cucumber and make it pickles. Can I do that? I don't want to have the water give the taste. I want the taste of the marination to go inside my vegetables.
Sounds like if it's before 24 hours, then yes.
So on
Yeah,
Shabbat,
for
on
24
Shabbat,
hours,
if
yes.
you're
So I
gonna
could
do
make pickles with cucumbers.
If it's within 24 hours, yeah. It's not going to make it pickles. Pickles
on
need
Shabbat,
24 hours.
on Shabbat you're doing pickles.
That's when you intend to do pickles.
Yeah. So
Here, I'm not
allowed to
intending.
do. This
Right,
is
that's not allowed.
to do. Shabbat
But-
not allowed to do.
No,
נכון.
he said
Not
it's
allowed.
if it's under 24 hours.
Right, if you
You're
just
gonna
have
eat the
water.
same way,
Say,
the same day.
Under
day.
24 hours.
Water under 24 hours. Water
Let's say
under
Friday
24 hours.
night, already Suda, and you say,
No
oh,
vinegar. Pay attention. Water, not vinegar.
No vinegar.
Vinegar is spicy. It makes this
What about
the
salt?
process faster.
Not everybody put vinegar.
So sounds
Many
like
people
everything
put
is
salt.
not
This I
allowed
don't-
unless water.
This I don't know. We have
Salt
to
also
see.
marinate.
Same thing.
This I don't know. I have to
That's
check.
I show you the meat marinate.
So only water 24
This I have
hours.
to check,
Everything
otherwise.
else is immediately.
No, salt.
Question is,
Salt,
Yeah, let me
kavush.
say. You're asking. He's asking. Parazi.
salt, oil, vinegar,
Let me
onions.
explain. Salt has the power of heat. Look, when you have ice, you're trying to break the ice. What's the easiest way to do?
Salt.
Salt.
So it's immediate.
What is this? Salt has the power of heat. So that's why, even though there is no fire, but you have salt. Not only that, do you know before vinegar, if you put it on the ground, it starts bubbling. Do you know that or no? Nastayashi vinegar. Why is it bubbling? It has the characteristics of heat.
So to answer
By
my question,
halakha.
it's immediate. So you cannot do in salt, vinegar, oil, whatever because
No,
it's
oil I
immediate.
didn't say.
Okay, salt and vinegar you
Right.
cannot do because it's immediate.
Right.
But water, you have until 24
Very
hours.
good. Got it? Very good. Now we are on page
oil also is a problem.
oil. I don't know. Is it doing it like that? Okay. What?
Shum.
Shum, yeah. I don't know about
Since
shum.
I'm oil,
Yeah, but
so the shum coming.
24 hours?
Yeah. But over there you're doing hot oil and then you put the
Hot
garlic.
oil. Hot
Hot
oil.
oil is already cooked, frying.
Right. I'm not talking about hot oil. Okay?
So salt, vinegar,
Salt,
lemon,
vinegar for sure will be a problem.
but water you allowed to put.
Water, up to 2, because water is not hot.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do?
Water is cold, and it doesn't have a characteristics of heat.
So let's say if you have kartoshka in a day, you put salt in it. Is that gonna heat up the potato?
And where are you going to put it? Yeah?
No, I'm saying like if it's already in the deg, if it's in the pot, you put salt. You put salt in it. Is it gonna like heat up the
Where are you putting the salt? Inside the deg or on the plate?
on the potato
Where the potato is located? Inside the deg
inside the
or outside the deg? Shalom, John Efata.
inside of it?
Shalom, Ben Dodi.
Meat, raw meat. Good.
It proves to us that he's with us. Tzaddik.
In the
This I didn't find yet. I found the lemon question that he had.
We have today. Today we have the second with the other things with the meat.
I asked Rabbi Chaim. He
You saw
told
over
me,
there? You saw-
Shulchan Aruch says asu.
Something like a burger.
I send you over there the Jewish people. Bukhari.
Rabotai, look, he's talking and you. How can I hear to both of you? Unbelievable. Even AI cannot do that.
Something like a burger.
like in Dute Gush Dore.
With a meat.
Like in my name yakta.
Meine Toniakt.
You saw
Is
over
it
there?
meat in general or that cut? Or that piece?
He says meat in general.
Burger, you ain't eating the burger raw.
Doesn't matter. Once I have something eaten raw, even if I will not eat it that way, it's already no problem. I mean, if I will, would you eat oshpalo with raw carrots?
No.
No. But can goy cook for me the carrots?
No.
Yeah.
Yes. Why not?
Because it's edible raw.
No, but he cannot. You know the mukines bugoibe.
Whatever you're eating in the life, you can cook.
Raw in your life.
Raw. Boy can cook.
Got
If
it?
he turns on the stove, he's allowed to cook it.
Anything that is eaten
Do you see?
raw. חגג'ו, אני מדבר איתו.
אני שומע.
Anything that is eaten raw, no problem that the guy can turn on the fire for it.
Even if it's raw meat.
No, raw people. So that's his question was.
Yeah, raw meat. Yeah.
Well, so today people eat raw meat. So then I can have the guy do shashlik for me. So it's a good question. I don't know. I didn't find an answer for him yet. The question is even bigger with sushi. What people eat more, raw meat or raw fish?
Who-
Much more. So then, based on this, raw fish,
no one eats raw meat.
Also no problem.
Oh, actually,
To cook.
fish.
turkey actually.
If a guy wants to fry from a fish, can he fry from a fish? I have Yushva for Ilun Ishmat Bavom. I want the guy to make the fish sazan.
Mukines.
Allowed or no?
Можно.
Mukines to puchta.
If you say that raw, anything eaten raw is not a problem. So fish is eaten raw today.
Miesho.
Do whatever you want. The laws of Bishul Goyim will not apply.
Puchta nemeshu goibe.
But I asked the Rabbi Chaim. He told me it says on Shulchan Aruch that raw fish goy cannot cook. I said, Rabbi, raw fish was in their times. There was no sushi during Shulchan Aruch. It says on Shulchan Aruch not allowed. So, okay, what
That's
can I
it.
do?
Никого нет.
But you saw over there, I sent you this meat, that what I sent you, the second one. He's saying Armenian and now.
He didn't send me any meat, by the way. You should know. Just send me a message from GPT about meat.
And then,
People
and then
should
it's
not
saying
think he's
over
sending
there,
meat.
all the Jewish, Caucasian Jewish, they
Used to eat
used
that.
to eat this meat.
Raw meat. It's not raw, it's salted.
And now, and if,
not raw
if
meat.
you're gonna, yeah,
It's
it's
salted.
salted. Yeah. If you're gonna think about it, back in the day, I don't know why it's not allowed. Back in the day, what they do, how they keep the meat? No refrigerator.
With a lot of salt.
Put salt and put in
Yeah, but they didn't eat it like that. They cooked it.
Maybe they eat also.
Okay, this you're telling me now. But in the Gemara, nowhere it's written that they used to eat like this salted meat like that. In
Yeah,
reality,
because the meat is gonna be
Gemara
salty.
says that fish is muktzeh on
you
Shabbat.
cannot-
Raw fish.
you
Why?
cannot-
Because people did not eat raw fish. So it's 100% not edible thing. It's like rice. This Shabbat before, I was sitting on the couch, and my wife wanted to sit over there. But my kids, God bless them, left the bag of rice on the couch. Yeah, by accident. I don't know, accident or not, but I put it on the couch. Can my wife move the rice and sit with the couch?
Вдвоем.
Nivdayom. She wants to do it herself.
No.
Can she do it or
No
no?
problem.
Last Shabbat it was.
No.
For the space, you're allowed.
Huh? Rabotai, you're all wrong. Bechor is right. Bechor, this time your Torah is right.
What kind of muktzah is it though? It's not.
Why? Rice, what level category it is? Raw rice, raw.
Cooking.
Which category, Bechor? Gufo. Its body has no usage when it's raw. It's designated to eat.
Cooked.
It's designated to be cooked,
Yeah.
but it's not cooked yet. So what is that? 100% raw material.
You can use rice like that.
So things like barley, rice,
For what? For what?
For drying stuff out.
grains
Like if it was
are in the
swollen-
same category as
swollen-
rice.
Yeah, it's usage for today's usage.
Swollen ankle, swollen something.
Swollen ankle, you put rice?
Put rice in it. It takes out.
Phone.
It takes out.
More than ice?
Inflammation. You don't have rice. When somebody has a phone that goes water damage.
Yeah, you put it inside the rice.
Rice.
To dry.
Yeah.
This rice drains
It's
out.
usage today.
Give me another one,
Grain.
because you said healing. Healing is melachto lisu. Phone, to do that phone thing is to fix the phone. It's melachto lisu. Give me something melachto leter.
Grains, rice.
I'll tell you which one.
You're putting inside the salt.
He solved the problem now. Wow, we have to change the halacha. באמת, I'm saying. Last Shabbat, I was sitting on Shabbat table. Yes, can I say?
We
One
learned
of the
about
guys.
this one the year ago with the salt. Why we can use this on Shabbat? You can pick up the salt with the rice. It's
That's because of the salt.
because of the salt, but you have
now you're
inside the
saying that-
rice.
okay.
And sometimes
Last
it's
Shabbat,
empty.
I was sitting on Shabbat table over here in Bet Knesset after the Musaf. We have over here Seudah, Bechor, and one guy saw that there's dirty around us because the people ate. So he comes and he wants to pick up all the eggshells. So one guy said, "Hey, muktzeh." And I told him,
No, it's not muktzah.
"It's not muktzeh." Whoa, Yalkut Yosef writes it's muktzeh.
People eating this
I
one.
said, "You're right. Yalkut Yosef writes it." But the reality is, go and check online. Go check yourself with your own eyes. Chicken and also people eating the peels of the eggs. So since it's edible for animal, it's like the bones of the chicken. Bones of the chicken is muktzeh on Shabbat or no? You finish the chicken, you put the bones on the table. Can you move it?
Yes.
Why?
It's together.
Because it's edible for animal. So chicken shells, after you finish the egg, what is the shells for? For the animals, right? Also, people eat it as a supplement for calcium. My babuli used to crush it all the time. Yeah? Crush it, put it in the water, drink.
How about the rule for shoe?
100% calcium. The
It's 110%.
да?
Что-то бедно жили, нечего было кушать.
Что, собакам, овчаркам не давали, чтобы уши стояли? Яйцо давали? Кальций, откуда там было?
Моя овчарка только родилась.
Не про вашу, а вашу у вас отдельно.
Okay. Yalla, back to us. So, okay, let's continue us. Your question is still pending, Chagai John. Please be patient until we find an answer. Why nowadays
Maybe
should not
this
be?
is a question, is not all the meat you can do this way. Not every meat you can do. You
But
have to
that's
be- has to be-
Carpaccio, как назывался это?
Carpaccio you can
Carpaccio?
do also, is over there. Yeah, carpaccio also not all the halakim you can do.
All the parts you cannot.
You can take only one or two parts that for carpaccio special.
The second one you
The
said?
second one the same thing.
Also only certain parts?
Yeah, but it's meat. It's raw meat. Carpaccio is 100% raw. I can send you also.
Don't send me meat again.
It's raw.
Oshmo Gufted, I'm going to bring you carpaccio, Rabbi. Move me famim, tamash v'yagbo.
This is 5 pounds they do in kasher.
Remember, he remembers everything about halakha, but about his obligation.
You need to bring.
Bring Bechor Kaif Kunash, Avi Abin Kaif Kunash.
Jak to kunie, Malesz? Was herbatnisz, was herbatnisz.
Peicheli. Is it allowed to soak raisins in water on Shabbat if it will be drunk on the same day? What do you say about raisins? Says Avadia, it is allowed to soak raisins in water on Shabbat if it will be drunk on the same day, since pickling only applies when it's soaked in water for 24 hours. I hear you're going to soak it less than 24 hours, no problem.
So you can wash the
Wash and soak it.
So 23.
inside the hot water you can put.
I said hot.
No, it's a water.
Oh, you're adding another word.
So
So
20.
what's the reason
Oh,
to put?
Eran tu das.
So 23 minutes and 59 seconds is okay, but 24 hours is not okay.
Yeah, that's the rule. Yeah.
Even if it's 1 minute below. Fuck
Yeah.
this G, 1 minute.
I ask you a question. Shabbat is coming out at 8 o'clock. Can I smoke a cigarette at 7:59? 1 minute.
Yeah.
I'm allowed?
Yeah.
I'm allowed?
Yeah.
Shabbat comes out 8 o'clock. I can smoke a cigarette at 7:59?
If you smoke, if you're done smoking by 7:59.
He showed us. Shabbat comes out. Now it's Shabbat. Comes out 8 o'clock. I cannot wait for 8 o'clock. Keep heat.
8 o'clock.
Can I smoke 7:59? Light the fire and smoke?
No.
1 minute.
So why put over here that you can suck the raisin in the water? What's the reason?
For whatever reason, yes.
What reason?
I don't know. Whatever.
Only
I don't
put it
know.
in the water. Why? Because you're washing that raisin from the dirt and all this stuff.
Listen, I'm not a chef like you. I don't know.
I'm asking you a question. What's the reason they put in?
What Yosef says it's allowed. I don't know what the reason would be.
So if this is allowed, that means you can wash the raisin. And if you're washing the raisin with the hot water, it's not cooking then.
Which kli you gonna use? Kli sheni, shlishi, which level?
This different question already.
Okay. So if you want to use hot water in kli shlishi, we said kli shlishi, lo mevashel. That's all.
Is allowed to wash the raisin with the hot water with the
In kli shlishi, yeah. nachinam.
So you have to specify.
Nobody didn't say it. I'm saying what Rabbi Yosef said. Meir with us, you're taking notes. Meir Tzaddik always take notes, shares with his
In
wife.
the hot water, you're getting big.
Always have to learn from him. Meir, they remember it by heart. They're listening carefully, and they're passing it to their wife like this. But always better to write. You see people sitting in shiurim, whoever writes remembers the most. Besides Chagai, Chagai remembers regardless. Every detail. Telling you, it's unbelievable. Number 2, is it allowed to soak wheat? The above written is not
No,
soak
it's not allowed.
wheat. Pshenica.
Pshenica. I
Says
don't think
Alvaria, the above written is not comparable to the prohibition of soaking wheat that sprouts. Oh, sorry, sprouts, roots,
Okay.
sprouts, roots. Did you know certain vegetables, plants, when you put it in water, it takes roots.
זה למה אסור לנו לשים את הנוס בוי במים.
Right. That's a nose boy. You're not allowed to put it inside the water on Shabbat. Do you know that or no? Nose boy.
Basil,
Basil.
nose boy. Or the,
Bechor,
give
basil
roots.
is not allowed to put in the water.
even though it's not gonna give the same day, but
Basil ему скажи, как сказать ему.
нос бой кутанку. Райхон.
Воду ставить? Бай.
Шаббат.
Because it takes out the roots.
Корень растет у него же. Вы когда ставите туда 2-3 дня, 5 дней, он корень дает.
Шаббат.
Даже если он в этот шаббат не вырастет, но сама идея, что он будет расти, нельзя ставить. А хадас можно ставить. Хадас.
Zolea. Planting. Planting doesn't mean taking seed, put it inside the ground only.
Пшеницу, воду
Any
нельзя
stage
ставить.
of growing the plant is called planting.
Потому что она может дать корень, и потом можно посадить ее.
You know, they sprout grains like that also.
Yeah,
They make bread.
yeah. Yechezkel, what Yechezkel bread. What
This is what it is.
bottom line, yeah.
Yeah.
Bottom line. It's debatable, but bottom line, yeah. It's machloket. It's not the best hamotzi to do on. But some people, for health reason, they need it.
Okay, you shouldn't say it.
Bottom line, you're right, but bottom line, it's hamotzi. That's the conclusion. It's just different topic now. Okay, and therefore it is restricted to soak the wheat on Shabbat. If I'll put raisin inside water, it's not going to take roots. But if I put wheat inside water on Shabbat, it takes roots. It takes out roots. Since it takes out roots, a problem of planting on Shabbat Zorea. One of the 39 laws of Shabbat.
I'm a little confused. And I'm sorry if it's a stupid question, but with the rice example that was on the couch with your kids, I don't understand the whole concept of muktzeh when you have an iru everywhere. If you have an iru, there shouldn't be any muktzeh at all, no?
That's according to one of the reasons. We have 4 reasons why muktzeh is restricted. One of them is because you might carry it outside and there is no eruv outside. That's one of the reasons. We have other reasons also. Another reason we said that Chas v'Shalom person is going to be allowed himself to handle all the muktzeh stuff on Shabbat. He might go ahead and finish whatever he's usually doing with them on Shabbat. If a person will be allowed to move a pencil on Shabbat regularly without any restrictions, so, oh, right, sir, I need that number. Oh, this chidush, I don't want to forget. Let me write it down. Shabbat. The Chachamim had to put certain fences to remind a person, today Shabbat, don't touch the pencil. Don't touch the money. Don't touch the rice. Don't touch this. Because by usual, if there's not going to be reminders, you're going to carry it away. Chas v'Shalom make Avera. Avera on Deoraita. This avera by Jewish law is worse than shechting kids' heads. Worse than choking children in the tub. Worst. Just imagine what is Chilul Shabbat. In Hashem's eyes, not in our eyes. In our eyes, what's the big deal? I turned on fire. What did I do? In Hashem's eyes, another person that killed children is less severe than this person that turned on fire on Shabbat. That's how serious it is.
And then when he was asking about the cigarette, when you were talking about the cigarette, I don't understand. Whenever you do esh to esh, right, and then you light the cigarette, that's allowed?
Not allowed.
You're not allowed to do that from esh to esh.
From Esh to Esh on Shabbat, not allowed. Only on Yom Tov.
Yom Tov. It's not muktzeh on Yom Tov. Because
On Shabbat is not allowed. Even a minute before the end, the deadline.
But I see people who are religious and they're smoking cigarette and they're saying, I did it from esh to esh.
On Shabbat,
Yom Tov.
not allowed to.
They're not allowed.
Tell them their Gehenna will be from Esh to Esh also.
No, это Yom Tov. Ты путаешь, это Yom Tov.
Find out if it's from Yom Tov. It's not, on Shabbat, not allowed.
Yom Tov можно
What
курить.
you do with the rice?
No, so somebody moved it. I'm not gonna snitch who moved it.
Rabbi забыл это аллах.
No, I didn't say opposite. I told him. I said there was a rice bag over here. What'd you do? Oh, yo. So what about muktzeh? Oh, yo.
Rabbi забыл, что можно на это райс. потому что
But
есть
what I
райс.
forgot is Chagai's Chidush. That rice is usable even on Shabbat. To put it inside the salt shakers. To dry
Get the moisture.
the moisture out. Rabbi Vad Yosef says raw rice is muktzeh, but right now really we have to find out why it's not muktzeh, why it is muktzeh. It is usable also for animal. It's not going to be a good justification. Why? Because you didn't buy it to feed animals. You bought it to feed yourself, but you also bought it to you can fill it up in the salt. You're not going to take rice that you bought for yourself and feed your animals.
I don't think back in the day they used the rice for the salt. It was
During
used-
Rabbi Vad Yosef time, they didn't use it.
And
I don't think you're right. I'll tell you why. Because Rabbi Yosef talks about, are you allowed to use a salt shaker that has rice inside there? Because of the question of Borer. And he allowed it at the end of the day.
And we learned this one also.
Yeah. So he did have that. So I don't know why he wrote it. It's a good question he asked.
Okay, if he wrote this is not borer,
Habibi, Chagai is asking a question, Rabbi Vad Yosef.
if this is not borer, so it's not
Soon he's
muktzeh.
going to put a suit. Kaddish al Israel will be.
Bezrat Hashem, one day.
Parasha.
Okay? Oh,
Parasha.
Parasha. Parasha.
Вы его довели до такого левела, что он уже...
Next, number 3.
Shalom bite.
Is it permitted to soak flax seeds?
Flax seeds is no
Flax
problem.
seeds that have slime
Flax seeds?
and stick together. Flax seeds that have slime. What is that word?
Wet it.
And stick together,
נכון.
which does not apply to raisins, as they do not become doughy and they do not dye
Like a jelly.
the liquid. So we learned earlier, if you remember, that you're not allowed to soak flax seeds on Shabbat
Lush.
because it causes lash. Well, kol hakavod, Shalom, you remember well. Because it causes lash, kneading. Remember we
Why
said
is it doing this?
it releases gooey, doughy
Yeah, but if you drink
matter, chemicals, and it makes them stick together like lash, like kneading. So says Ravadia, we see that flax seeds is not allowed to put inside water. Raw, cold water. Not salted, nothing. What about raisins? Can I put the raisin inside the salty water, inside the cold water? It's not allowed. Why is this allowed?
This is deep.
So it says over here it sticks together. The raisin doesn't stick together. That's how to put raisins inside the water up to 24 hours, no problem. Mutar.
But hold on, the chia seeds, flax seeds,
Next.
I'm drinking every day. So
Hey, does it become gooey and doughy?
if you're living this one for an hour, yeah.
For an hour it will become?
Yeah.
So you cannot do it. If it will become to leave it more than an hour.
Right away.
I'm drinking right away. Like here, I'm waiting like 5 minutes till it got cold and drinking.
No, it has to be in hot water.
You have to put that one.
Well, how are you putting on Shabbat? You also do it. But how are you putting hot water? Which kli? Shlishi you have to do.
Yes, kli shishi.
Okay, put kli shlishi.
Why not?
But you have to do it right away.
Why not sheni?
If you want to be glad kosher.
לא כלי שלישי, כלי שני I'm doing.
Kli sheni is also kasher. But don't pour from kli rishon.
Samovar
Don't
to the
pour.
coast and from the coast to here.
Kli shlishi you do. Don't pour from samavar directly on the chia seeds, because then you're going to be irui kli rishon. Pouring from kli rishon not allowed. I learned it. Very good, yeah. That's called kli shlishi. Next. Number 4,
But you're saying now it's not allowed.
flax seeds.
Some flax seeds.
You have
some-
chia seeds.
Okay, what about the yogurt on Shabbat? You wanted to eat yogurt, not also what yogurt with the flax seeds. Okay, you're putting inside. It's also getting.
What did we learn? If I have current paste, can I add to existing paste?
Yes.
Oh. So the yogurt is already paste.
What
Can
about
I
water?
add to existing paste? Forget
What
about your
about-
chia seeds. Can I add sugar?
Yeah.
Oh, why? You are making it
What about water then?
attached together.
Sugar and taste.
Why we said it's allowed? Sugar, regular sugar. But sugar is going to be part of the paste of the yogurt. Why is this allowed? We learned. Because
paste to
once
paste.
there is a paste, adding to existing paste, no
To
problem.
the water you're not allowed to put.
Extension, no?
Nachon?
To the water you're not allowed to put. So
The chia
if
seeds?
you put the flax seeds.
Flax is not allowed.
So if you're doing chia seeds,
But you're asking, what if I do it for 5 minutes? Can I put flax seeds inside water for 5? I don't know how long it takes for it to become gooey.
like 30 minutes.
For flax seeds, it's gonna become sticky.
Chia seeds, flax seeds, yeah.
Oh, it's the same thing, same speed.
It's not same speed, but if you taking
Ask your GPT. Ask him. Let's see what it says.
if you're taking chia seeds, you're putting inside the water. You're already gonna be a little bit gluey, and then you're gonna put flax seeds inside. It's gonna be it's paste already.
But
You're
the
not
first
be-
paste you have to do before Shabbat. You cannot do first paste on Shabbat. The yogurt was paste before Shabbat.
Another question about the raisins. Didn't you say it was fine if you leave it over 24 hours because you don't care about the result?
No, here we're talking about that you want the liquid to marinate the raisins. The question we spoke earlier is when the lemon gives the taste to the water and you don't care if the water is going to marinate the lemon.
Chia seeds start absorbing water and forming a gel-like texture within about 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Ah,
5 minutes.
But it has to be soaked for 20 to 30 minutes to get a pudding-like.
Далеко не уходите, вы десятый.
Okay, very good. Number 5. Rabotai, 2 more questions, Bechor, and we finish that book. But in order not to finish the book today and keep it until Thursday, we're going to have review tomorrow, after tomorrow, until Thursday comes. Then we're going to finish the last question. Все, мы закончили. Еще 3 вопросы, that's it.
Все выходного у нас завтра.
Не дай Бог, lo alenu.
У нас, не у вас.
Tomorrow we're going to do review, Bechor. Whoever wants to review, повторение, мудари учение. תרפיש מוקו. Okay, number 4. If someone removed the raisins from the water container, is it allowed to return them to the water on Shabbat or Yom Tov in cases of loss or necessity?
well, I mean,
If someone removed the raisins from the water container, it is allowed to return them to Shabbat, them to the water on Shabbat or Yom Tov in cases of loss or necessity.
you're taking from here. With the
That's
water,
number 5.
Taking out the water, you're gonna return to the water again.
Takshiv. That's number 4. Violate the prohibition of fixing, metaken. It is not considered fixing since they are fit for eating and only extends the existing condition before they sour. Similar to meat without salting, that is legally permitted to be moistened. You hear? Bachor, what if a person put at the beginning of Shabbat raisins in the water? Then they tell him, well, what are you doing? Shabbat, you're going to marinate it. Oh, no problem. I take it out of the water. I break the 24 hours. I put it again.
Same water?
Big time golem.
Is he allowed or no? Because-
No.
Huh? So Rav Yosef says if you're going to lose it, you're allowed to. If it's going to cause a financial loss, как? Not allowed to mix osvo whenever it's on an open fire or it's not fully cooked.
I'm not.
But if it's fully cooked, or it's not on the fire, sorry, not and it's not on the fire, there's no problem. On the plata, if it's fully cooked, you're allowed to mix it, you're allowed to open, close. If it's fully cooked. If it's not fully cooked, you're not allowed. But that's for the laws of cooking. Here's the laws of marinating. Kavush. Попробовать, no problem. You're allowed to taste. You're not allowed to close the lid if it's not fully cooked. If you open the lid, you want to taste, and you see it's not fully cooked yet. You're not allowed to close the lid. But the opening of the lid was not a problem. Close, not allowed to. Yeah, be a problem.
You just take it off the fire, put it back
А
on.
ти имаш около,
What can we do? Now you're taking a risk when you open those. Yeah, what's your question?
Raisins in
Fine.
the water when you're marinating it, isn't that me'abed violation?
What did we learn, Igor? He says, what about me'abed? Processing. What we said? Processing. Me'abed does not apply to food. And
I'm
me'abed
not getting the point, Rabbi.
ba'ochalim.
Why are you saying that you're taking out the raisin from the water? What's the reason you're putting the raisin inside the water?
I don't know. This is a chef question. It's
Yeah,
not a rabbi question. I don't know.
I'm answering you. So you're putting the raisin inside the water to wash the raisin,
Or
to make softer. That's it. So if you're taking out, why does it need to be put back? Who's gonna eat this one? Then you're gonna put the garbage.
I don't know. Belina, I see I marked it in yellow. Belina, I'll try to give an answer. Why would people do that?
What's the process for grape juice to do that?
It's not
Like
grape
this,
juice,
3 days.
How long?
3 days. If without heat. If you're cooking it, it's faster.
And just on Shabbat. That you can't,
Just on Shabbat, you're not allowed to soak raisin inside water for more than 24 hours.
it won't become grape juice anyway. If you just
Nachon.
started the process on Shabbat.
Right.
No, it's not gonna come.
So, Belina del Bechor, we have 3 more questions to finish, and we'll finish the book. So I'm gonna, Bezrat Hashem, from tomorrow and on, review until Thursday. Thursday comes. We're going to Bezrat Hashem celebrate Lag BaOmer together, Beli Neder, with the Siyum Masechet of,
Bonfire.
Really? I didn't find fire. There's a lot of wood plates over there outside.
Это шашлык, который будет делать, все вот это.
Да, там зелень, да. No problem. But just make sure you jump over it. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ואמן. רבי חנניה בן הקש אומר,